Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pits Motor Chaos. This is your host, Dave. I got my special guest, Ryan Cattoni, drag racer. How's it going, Ryan?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me on tonight.
Nah, no problem, man. By the time I go back to Union Grove this year, I'm gonna know all the drivers that are up there. You guys are all gonna be saying, "Hey, there's Dave, the guy that interviewed me."
Yep, it'd be nice to meet you in person.
Yeah. So Ryan, how did you first get into drag racing? Family thing, probably, huh?
Yeah, it's I've been in drag racing when I was 3 weeks old. I was actually at a drag race. My dad was racing, and he took us. Actually, Union Grove was my first track I ever been to at about 3 weeks old. So I was born in May, and then 3 weeks later, I was at a drag strip.
So how old are you now?
I am 29, so I've been going pretty much my whole life, pretty much to the track, and started driving about 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah, so you got to the Great Lakes Driveway a little bit before Randy and Marcel took over when Broadway Bob was still, because they've been running it 25 years now, starting this year, so yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't remember it, but I know my dad used to tell me about Broadway Bob and all the crazy things that used to go on there. So.
Yeah, he was quite a promoter.
Yep, yeah, they don't make them like that anymore.
Yeah, that was. They broke the mold when they made Broadway.
Yes, that is very true. I remember him seeing pictures of him on the jet car on the front end or something like that, doing burnouts. So.
Yeah, the green mamba.
Yep, that's right. And the fire-eating dragon that used to eat cars.
Yep, the Dragonator.
Yep, yeah, I do remember that a little bit, so.
Yeah, he'd be sitting on the front of the green mamba jet car, holding his beer in his hand.
Yeah. Guy had life, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah. So now, what year did you start drag racing?
About 3-4 years ago, I started actually driving the car, but prior to that, we were building my car, basically motor and everything. But my brother, Matt Cattoni, he was driving for about 8 years now, so he's been driving for a while. And he's very competitive, does very good in the 860 class at Union Grove, and we travel to a couple other places. But that is pretty much what we run, and I started about 3 years ago actually driving. So.
Yeah, I saw you that with the video that I made. I saw you. That's the only time you ran a single run, though.
Yeah. So my father is a very old school racer. Give him a lot of cubic inches with dominators on it, and go out balls to the wall. But I'm a new generation, so I like the turbos. So it's a twin turbo car, and took us a little bit of time to figure out how to slow it down and regulate and all that. So last year I think I made 2 races, and this year it's dialed in pretty good now. So.
Who wants to slow down? You got to go faster and faster.
Yeah, that's what we tell them. But, right now there's not too much stuff to run. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff is bracket racing, so we don't like the full tree. We like pro tree. We don't want delay boxes or anything like that, so there's not too much to run, unfortunately.
That's why you got to get the car built up around the Chicago Wise guys.
Yeah. Then we're going a little bit too quick, and that's too much funds there to go race with them. So.
Because they don't have no twin turbo no more. They had Hector Lefuente, but he crashed the car.
Yeah, he crashed. Yeah. I was there. We were there for that race and seen it. Pretty nasty one, but I'm glad he was okay with it. So.
Yeah. So now they don't have a twin turbo in the group, though.
No. Yeah. So, but some of those guys are flying. Some of those guys going 3s and 8th miles. So that's moving pretty hard. I'll say that much.
Oh yeah. So how was the experience for you the first time going down the drag strip?
Oh, it's a feeling like no other. I'll tell you that much. It's nervous, excited, just a lot of different feelings. You can't really describe it to somebody unless they've been in it. It's just one of those things that. It's hard to explain, but it's a feeling like no other, and you just keep wanting to do it and do it more and more and more, unfortunately.
So now, does your dad drag race?
No, he started racing when he was 14. He took my grandma's car. He talked her into racing it at the track. He won his race when he was 14 years old. And then he started doing a lot of street racing, back in the day, as that was pretty popular. And then he started getting into going to the actual drag race, the strip, very heavily. And then he started to race Midwest Pro Stocks, UDRA. He was the champ quite a couple times in those. And he was pretty serious with that. And then he had a bad accident. And then he started racing in the Pro Street Series, like NMCA when it first started coming out, back with like Randy Adler and all those guys. Right. And then he had another bad accident, and then he kind of stopped for a while. And then my brother started getting the itch to drive, and then he started driving, and then we got back into a pretty hardcore again.
So now, would you consider your dad your biggest inspiration to get into driving?
Oh, yeah. Get into a car, yeah. He's the biggest inspiration. He's the one that brought us into it. That's what he does for a living now. He builds motors, sells parts. Just everything is racing with him, which is awesome to grow up in a household like that. So he's biggest inspiration whenever I have questions about either driving or about motor or trans, anything like that. He's the first person I talk to. So one of the most knowledgeable people I know of. He's a Linko dealer, he works with Strange, so all that stuff he knows, hands, down, one of the most knowledgeable persons, so.
Yeah, I did put the link for the Cattoni Racing Parts page.
Oh, thank you very much,
It's on
he's not a Facebook person, so I'm trying to help him get into that world of online, being more social media friendly, so.
Yeah, the link is on the event page if anyone's listening right now. So.
Oh, well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
Yeah, go give it a like.
Yeah.
There's not many likes on there. There's like 3 or 4 likes.
No, I was gonna say it's a new page. It's not very. He hasn't really doing it too hard because he still types with one finger at a time. So slowly but surely we're getting there. So.
Yeah. So now, Ryan, besides your dad, were there any other drag racers that you used to watch when you were little that inspired you to drag race?
Yeah, we used to watch NHRA a lot. Warren Johnson, Kurt Johnson. I like Kurt Johnson, but pro stock guy. But my dad knew all the Joe Cleary. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them, Cleary Brothers Racing. They used to be big in Midwest pro stock. Jeff Wick, Chuck DeMori. Randy Adler, the Adler family, very nice people, close friends of ours. So pretty much all of them. I've been very fortunate to meet a lot of people in this basically world, a lot of great people in this drag racing world.
Yeah, it's just a great big family.
It is. That is very true. You race each other, but then after, you're always helping people out, which is some of the nicest people, most helpful people in the world.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. Once you get to the starting line, you guys are enemies.
Yeah, once you put the bulb on, that's when all the friendships stop. But when you go through the traps, it's right back to if you won, what can I do to help? If I won, they're in the same boat basically. So.
Yeah, if you even if you're racing against somebody, you're willing to give him a part if he needs it to.
Yep, that's true. If they need something, I know when we go to the track, I know my dad's always out helping people. I'm like, wait a second, we're racing them. Don't help them out. We need help. So, it's just a great big family.
Yep, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yep, that's very, very true. It's a growing, every time we go to the Grove, there's more and more people, which is awesome to see more fans coming out and more people getting interested in it.
So now, what's the quickest ET you've had so far?
Quickest ET, I've been 8:10 at 170, and that was pretty much boost all the way up, just to see what it would run. So it scoots, it goes pretty good, but you can't. 8:10 is kind of in a weird place unless you want a bracket race, or you got to really step it up to run Midwest Top Sports
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now, how many events do you have planned for this year?
I think we got maybe about 6 races at the Grove. I know there's a couple at Rockford, I think, and then we might go down to Florida. They have an index class, an 850 index class at Orlando at the World Fastest Streetcar. So I think we're going to go down there this year. It'll be our second year going down there.
So now, did you do any upgrades to the car over the winter?
No, actually, we just winterized the car, put it in the garage, and get at it as soon as it gets a little warmer out. But it was pretty tuned in at the end of the season, so I'm pretty happy with it.
So you're anxious to get out there and do some testing?
Yes, very, very anxious. And actually, my brother, Matt, he's getting a new body put on his car, so he'll be out testing hopefully probably within, a month or so.
Yeah. So now, tell us a little bit about the car. I know it's twin turbo.
Yeah, it's a twin turbo. So, actually, funny story is that I bought the turbos on eBay as a kit, like 6 years ago. It was $1,000 for a twin turbo kit. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was like, oh, that seems like a good deal. So I bought them. They're Chinese turbos, and then they came here, and then started talking with Pops, and we built a 350 stock block Chevy GM 350. He put a set of pretty good Pro Comp CNC heads on there because he sells those as well too. Blow-through carb 750 runs on E85. The actual car is a 2005 Rick Jones Cavalier. It used to be an ex-pro stock car, and then somebody started running Pro Mod with it, and then they needed to sell it, so got a good deal on it, and I moved into that car.
So what kind of tires are you running on it?
It's big ones, 34s on it, I think. I would like to do maybe some small tire racing, but my dad said no, he doesn't want us to be doing that. That's a little bit sketchy, so right now we're just running big tires.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now, in the short time you've been drag racing, have you had any accidents or close calls at all?
No, thankfully, no accidents, no close calls. Some burnt spark plugs, but that's about it, thankfully. So, but yeah, that's no close calls actually. Now that I think about it.
Well, knock on wood, you're not going to have any.
Yeah, exactly. No, so that's one nice thing about going a little bit, slower 860s. You got a little more time to react, which is nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now, would you ever drive a Pro Mod?
I would like to. I wouldn't mind it. I would like to. I think stepping it up. I know me and my brother are talking about trying to persuade Pops to build some bigger motors, maybe ones that can handle more boost. So, yeah, I would like to gradually work into it, not just go straight into it. But, eventually down the road, I would like to.
Maybe drive a blower like Randy Adler?
Nah, no desire to drive blower cars. I don't know why. No desire to drive blower cars, no desire to drive nitrous car. It'd just be naturally aspirated or twin turbo. Those would be the only two I'd be looking for.
All right.
Yeah. So, no, it's just a great thing. I don't know, how your podcasts usually go, but.
So, do you ever get any advice from other drivers at the Grove?
Yeah, sometimes yes, but mostly you try to do your own thing, and then if you have questions, I got a great people to rely on, such as Matt, my brother, because he's been doing it, for quite a while, and then Dad, just ask him questions. But mainly I try to keep to myself, try not to get too involved with other people. So.
All right. So now, when you take the car out there, how many crew members do you take with you?
Usually it's me, my brother, and my dad. So cars are very low maintenance. It's just the three of us. They're low maintenance, which is nice. When we used to go running with my dad, it was changing clutch or resurfacing clutches. We just have power glides in the car, so there's not a lot of work on them, which is nice. The motors are really bulletproof, so besides checking the valves every so many runs, they're kind of low maintenance, which is nice.
So you don't have to do much preparation for a weekend of drag racing?
No, which is nice. All we got to do is clean the carbs because they run on E85, and if you let that sit in the carb too long, it'll gel up, and things just don't run very right. So just usually cleaning the carbs before the race, and that's pretty much it.
You said E85?
Yeah, so both of our car runs on E85 straight out of the pump from, Meyer Speedway. We test it to make sure it's good stuff, but other than that, it just comes right out of the fuel pump, which is nice and cheap.
So have you guys ever thought of running with the E85 guys?
Yeah, we were thinking about it, but I think you need like stock firewall and stock suspension, which ours are all pro chassis cars, 6.0 certified. All fiberglass. No, they weren't real cars, so I don't think we fit in the rules. But that's a pretty cool group to watch. I know they do wheel stints, and they're a good show.
Yeah, there's a lot of great groups to watch at the Grove.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of great groups. So guys are cool to watch. I think we got a couple small tire groups starting to run now too at the Grove on those Nitro Street Car Brawls.
Then you have the Pro E85 guys, and you got the Chicagoland Super Stocks, and you have the 1320 Legends.
Yeah, and they every time it seems like they're at another group, and more people are coming.
The American Muscle Association. Yeah, a lot of neat groups though.
Yeah, that is very true. I'm excited for Memorial Day. I know that's going to be a crazy fest, being one of the first races of the year and being kind of on a holiday. That's going to be a crazy time, so I'm looking forward to that.
So now, do you have any sponsorship?
Just my own business and Cattoni Racing Parts. That's the only two sponsorships.
All right. Now, so besides the Grove, you have any other favorite tracks?
Route 66, that's a gorgeous track to race at. The tech there is very, very thorough and very hard, but a beautiful track to run at. Milan, Michigan is gorgeous to run at too. We run at 41 occasionally, or Morocco, and then also Rockford, Cordova, some occasionally. So, and then Florida is a nice track too. Orlando Speed World, that's a pretty nice track as well too down there.
So have you done the 8th mile racing?
Yeah, I've done one bracket 8th mile racing, and that was it's same concept, just a little bit shorter. So I know that's what a lot of things are going to is 8th mile, which I have no objection to doing it. It's a lot easier on your motor.
So what's your preference?
Actually I don't really have one. I just mostly quarter mile, so I guess quarter mile would be my preference.
Yeah. All right, so now, yeah, the quarter mile, they like 8th mile, about when you get to the end, that's about when you're ready to accelerate.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, especially with the turbos, that's it's a little bit slow in the beginning, so the quarter mile lets me make up for that a little bit.
Yeah. So where do you get your fire safety equipment from, Ryan?
Fire safety equipment, I ordered it. Honestly, my dad's a dealer for pretty much everybody, so I got the great hookup that he was able to give me a suit at a very good deal. So pretty much all my stuff, helmet, shoes, pants, jacket, gloves, that all came through him. So
awesome. So now, what kind of advice would you give somebody that might be listening to the interview and they're thinking about being a drag racer? What kind of advice would you give?
Just do it. Take that first step. even if it's something small, by just buying something little like a turbo or something, just buy it and just keep gradually building. I wouldn't say go, just jump into a pro mod tomorrow. Just kind of gradually work your way up. And it might be daunting at first or, overwhelming, but it gets easier over time, and it's a feeling like no other. It'll definitely be worth it.
So now, so far in your short drag racing career, have you reached any milestones?
I raced my brother once. That was kind of cool. That was a pretty cool milestone to race him. And to just travel and do it with the family. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, just spending more time with family, and that's kind of it. So this year, hopefully, more milestones, win a lot more races and enter a lot more. So that's the goals for this year. It's just to be much more competitive and to be a force to be reckoned with.
So what keeps you passionate about drag racing?
That I am literally around it every single day with my family. I'm just being around it. The garage is absolutely ridiculous here. Just big, huge motors and just parts absolutely everywhere. There's like 814s around and just Linkos all over the place. So when you're around it literally every single day, you just have a passion for it and you just want to do it more and more each day.
Now, do you have any hobbies outside of drag racing?
I bowl. I'm a bowler. I like to bowl. I attempt to play golf, but I'm not very good at it, but at least it gets you out of the house. But pretty much bowling is my other main hobby.
So what's your average bowling?
I think I ended this season with a 210.
Okay.
So, not too bad.
Not too bad, yeah. So now, so far in drag racing, have you had a greatest competitor?
Pretty much my brother. He's been the guy to kind of beat, who won the championship last year, so he's kind of the one to kind of try to take down. And he's the one that, for lack of better words, really has his act together. So he's the guy that just strives to beat.
So have you won any trophies or plaques or anything so far?
No, actually I haven't. It's just been just testing, crazy amount of testing times and getting everything together to get to that point.
So this year at the Grove, you plan on racing anybody?
Probably not like grudge racing or anything, but I'm always down for a race. That's what you're there for, is to race, not to just keep it at the trailer. So pretty much anybody.
All right. Now, if you were able to do time traveling and go back in time, would you do anything differently with your racing career?
I'd probably start driving much earlier. I'd try to get into the car a little bit earlier, get more serious with it, and learn more about turbos before you jumped into it. So knowledge is power, and unfortunately I learned the hard way by just doing it, but probably do a little bit more reading with it.
All right, here's some easy questions now. What's your favorite food to eat?
My favorite food to eat?
Yeah, what's your favorite food to eat?
My favorite food to eat, I would probably say a good ribeye.
All right, now what's your favorite beverage?
Favorite beverage, I don't know if you know what it is, but a Mexican Coke in the glass bottle that's made with real cane sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite beverage.
It's not good for you, but yeah.
No, it's a treat. Every now and then, it's a treat. If you win around a race, you get one. But other than that, you don't really drink them because they're not good for you.
Yeah. So you drink water too?
Yeah, I drink lots of water. I'm also big into fitness and health. Clean eating and stuff like that. So cheap is a diet or a Mexican Coke, but usually it's water or some sort of unsweetened iced tea.
Do you drink Gatorade at all?
No, never really got into Gatorade. A lot of sugar in it, so I never really got into Gatorade too much.
All right, so what's your favorite music?
I listen to pretty much everything. No Screamo probably, but other than that, pretty much anything. I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to radio.
What kind of music gets you in the mood for drag racing? Anything?
Probably symphony. No, I'm joking with you. I don't know, maybe a harder music like Marilyn Manson or something like that. Beautiful People, that always gets you pumped up.
Yeah. All right. So now, what was your favorite cartoon when you were a kid?
My favorite cartoon, Scooby-Doo or the Three Stooges, the cartoon or the real Three Stooges.
Did you have a favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? No, not really. Not one growing up. We didn't really watch too much TV growing up.
How about favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Oh, that's a hard one. There's too many out there. There's way too many. Analyze This with Billy Crystal and Robert De Niro. That's a good one.
Yeah. Now, what's your favorite type of movie? What do you like, comedies?
Yeah, pretty much comedy. Comedies, you gotta laugh. Laughter is the best medicine in life, I found out. It kind of takes your mind off things, so I would say comedy is the best types of movies.
Yeah. So now, when you're at the track for a day of racing, Ryan, do you eat regularly, or do you eat very light and then wait till after the racers are done? How you do it?
No, usually I'm pretty normal eating. If time allows it, we'll eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If time allows it, sometimes you just skip a meal or two if you're really thrashing. But I'm not one of those nervous eaters or anything like that, so it's pretty normal schedule. Try to keep everything as, normal as you can be, so you're not too psyched up.
All right, so since you've been doing the drag racing thing, have you had a most embarrassing moment?
Yeah, a couple times at the light, not spooling up or, bump box not working and just leaving. And, there's a couple times you look like a fool, but, everybody goes through those trials and errors. I'm running out of fuel pressure a lot, and the car just dying out mid-track. That'll be an embarrassing moment.
Yeah. So now, if you weren't drag racing, what do you think you'd be doing?
Ooh, I don't know what I'd be doing. Probably going crazy if I wasn't drag racing. I don't know. That's too many. I don't know. Probably I can't honestly see myself doing anything else than drag racing.
All right. What's been the fondest memory so far of your drag racing?
Probably racing my brother, and just it's a cool feeling to look over and see, a relative or family member in the other lane, and being able to travel with mom, dad, brother, his son, his wife, just all getting together to go to the track, grandma, uncles, just bringing everybody together. That's probably one of the best memories.
Now, did Matt beat you in that race?
Yes, he did, unfortunately. It was a long story, but yes, he did beat me, so I'm looking for redemption this year going against him.
Did you at least cut the light good?
Yes, I did, yeah. It was a good light. He just, I broke out. I went a little bit too fast, so he was able to win.
All right, so now, if people are listening to the interview and they want to find out where you're going to be at, is there any way they can see a schedule anywhere for you?
Yeah, pretty much just on Facebook, Ryan Cattoni or Cattoni Racing Parts. Just go on the Facebook and like us, and, we like to keep people posted, so.
All right, now, how important do you think it is for kids to come out and watch drag racing in this day and age?
Oh, I think it's real important. I think if kids are into, better have kids out at the track than on the street, so I think that's a big thing. Get kids more into outdoor activities such as cars and drag racing. It's healthier for them, and I think it's a big thing because they are the future of the sport, just as I am. You always need a new generation coming into the sport, so I think it's a huge thing to get kids out to the track. Plus, you're more passionate about it. If you learn it at a younger age, it's more inbred in you, so you get more into it.
Yeah, I keep telling people if we could get some of these kids away from the video games, being zombies, playing video games, and maybe they come out to a race and they might enjoy it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you smell burnt rubber and racing fuel, and you'll be hooked. So.
Yeah. So when you ever get any kids in the pits come up to you and you put them in the car or anything?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, kids, if they want, they come sit in the cars, which is an awesome feeling to have a kid take a picture in your car, in your seat. That's a pretty cool feeling. So, which is one of the other nice things about drag racing. It's very fan interactive. So, you can actually meet people. It's not just cooped up here. You can go out and mingle, which is an awesome thing.
Yep. All right. Well, you have any final words or thank yous you want to do?
No, just thank you to you for having me on here. Thank you to my dad for sponsoring us and Cattoni Racing Parts. And just if you guys hear this and you want to meet me, come on out to the track. Be more than happy to talk with you guys. But we're gratefully appreciative of everybody. So.
And first event's the Memorial Day weekend.
Yep, that's the first one.
Which should be 2 days.
Yep, it's a 2-day event, I believe. So that's 2-day races are always fun because you go spend the night at the track and you talk with racers and have a good time at night as well too. So.
Yep, Memorial Day weekend and Labor Day weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yep, those are good times. So.
Oh yeah. Well, Ryan, I want to thank you for taking time to do the interview.
Yes, thank you very much for having me, and I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Yep, and look forward to. I'm sure me and my wife will look for you in the pits. We'll say hi to you.
Yeah, I was going to say, most definitely, come on by.
Yep.
We'll have some drinks and foods for you.
Awesome. Well, I wish you the best of luck this year with the car and everything.
Well, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that.
And I hope your grandma gets better.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, she was in the hospital, so I know, things kind of been hectic, but thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. You have a great night, Ryan.
You as well. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.